then moving over into Georgia. If this holds together, it would be in Cedartown around 142. If that rotation were to hold together, and then possibly into Rockmart at 157. Again, I want you folks here side of that red box, you are not in a warning. You don't have to take those precautions yet. I'm just giving you a heads up even before the warning to know that if that holds together, this is when it would be moving into your area. I don't think this would move into Dallas, Georgia, but if it was moving into Paulding County, that would be more like 215 for that to move through. So that is that area of rotation that we're watching just over the line into Cleburne County, where we are seeing those storms move through. And potentially, if that holds together, it would be into West Georgia in just a little bit. And we're going to hold on with you a little bit longer to see if that is going to hold together and if they will potentially issue a warning for potentially Floyd County, maybe the northern parts of Haralson County and into Polk County. That's what we're waiting on right now. In the meantime, you can see our live tower cam in Floyd County. Every once in a while on that camera, you are seeing those flashes of lightning that we have that are moving through. Let's go back to reflectivity because this is what we're talking about with that lightning that we're seeing in Floyd. All right, this is the part we're watching. This entire cluster right here, crossing the line from Alabama into Georgia, is part of that same what we call a supercell thunderstorm. As it moved through north of Birmingham, it did produce some damage. We have extensive damage reported north of Birmingham in the Fulton-Dale community north of Birmingham, with extensive damage there that came through a little bit earlier tonight. And this is the same supercell thunderstorm that was over Birmingham that is now moving through Piedmont, northern parts of Cleburne, and then about to move over into Polk County and also into Floyd County, maybe even the northern parts of Haralson County. So that's why we're monitoring this for you. This has a history of producing rotation and damage back into Alabama, and now it is crossing over the line into Georgia, and we're waiting to see if Polk County or potentially Haralson County, maybe Floyd County, if they are going to extend a warning in those parts of West Georgia. Right now, it is a significant weather advisory with 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, some pea-size hail, a lot of lightning, also the potential for those winds that we mentioned, and what the weather service, our weather service here in Peachtree City is saying, an increased risk for a tornado to occur. Tyrone, do you all still have the crawl at the bottom of the screen? I just want to make sure that's still going there. Of course. Okay, good deal. Just want to make sure that's there. All right, I'm going to put this into motion and widen out a little bit. I know that we have been focusing on that area a lot. I want to widen out just so you can get your bearings to see where we are and where these storms are in relation to us here in Metro Atlanta. Here we are in town. If you go out I-20 toward Alabama, many folks are used to taking that trip into this direction. This would be north of I-20, the northern parts of Cleburne County. Right here is where we're seeing that rotation, and then that is now crossing over into West Georgia in Floyd County, also into Polk County, northern parts of Haralson County. I want you guys to be on guard. We really need to be watching this system, because the history of this has been this storm produced rotation on the Mississippi and Alabama line much earlier this evening. They issued a tornado warning. It moved across West Alabama with no additional warnings. And then it got into Birmingham, and they had a warning there with significant damage north of Birmingham. Then out of Birmingham, there were a couple of other warnings right here along the I-59 corridor. St. Clair County had a couple of warnings over there. And then it kind of calmed down a little bit with no warnings for a while. And then as it got close to the Georgia line, that rotation tightened up again. And we have this new warning for Cleburne County, Calhoun County, and then Cherokee County, Alabama, not Cherokee County, Georgia. And now we're seeing if that rotation is going to hold together potentially into parts of Haralson County, southern Floyd, or northern Haralson County, also into Polk County. There's another supercell that we're watching back near Birmingham right now. All right, so there's more to come, folks. This is just the beginning of this area of rain that's moving, individual cells moving east, northeast, but the entire system is moving to the east. So no warnings with that in Birmingham, but we have to watch that still too, as this is going to continue to move in during the rest of the overnight hours and toward tomorrow morning. So this is just the beginning of it as it is moving our way. Again, here's Atlanta. We just have some clouds, a little bit of light rain here, more rain up in North Georgia with nothing severe. And then you see the lightning and heaviest rain coming in toward Floyd County there at Rome. Also on the south side, we're watching that heaviest rain pushing into Polk County right now at the South Floyd County line and the northern parts of Haralson County. So that's the area that we're watching with more of this rain that's going to continue to feed on through. We are now seeing that about 9 additional counties are going to be added in just a few minutes. I'm going to be waiting to see, let me look at this right here, waiting to see the new counties that are going to be added on any moment now here for West Georgia for the tornado watch that will be extended or expanded to include West Georgia. So that's going to be showing up here on this map at any moment now. I'll bring this back up. I'm expecting that this would be Haralson County, Polk, Floyd County, Dade, Walker counties. It might include Paulding, potentially Bartow County, but 9 additional counties are going to be added into this watch, and it'll be in effect most likely until about 7 or 8 in the morning. It's either going to be a new watch, I think it's going to be a new watch, okay, instead of expanding the current one. So that's going to be showing up on this map at any moment now. I'll go back to that when that comes out. So the headlines I have for you right now: tornado warning for the northern parts of Cleburne County in Alabama. We're watching that rotation very closely for potentially that warning to be extended into Haralson County, northern parts of Haralson, maybe into Polk County, maybe the southern parts of Floyd County, if that rotation holds together. So that's the tornado warning. We also are going to have a new tornado watch that I'm expecting to come out any moment now. That will include 9 additional counties in northwest Georgia. That'll probably be in effect until 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. This again is brand new information that hasn't been issued yet, but the Weather Service is just telling me here that we're going to get about 9 more counties in that watch in northwest Georgia in the next little while. So those are the things we're waiting on: the new watch, and whether or not that warning, tornado warning, is going to be extended over into West Georgia. Let's check on that latest rotation right now, and we can kind of see some of that. All right. I'm still seeing some broad rotation right here, even though the Weather Service has not extended that warning into Polk County or southern Floyd County. This is some broad rotation right now that's crossing over the line. If that rotation is tight enough to signal to the National Weather Service here in Peachtree City that could be a tornado, then they will most likely issue a warning. It may be too broad or too weak for that to be classified as a tornado. So that's what we're going to be watching here over the next few minutes to see if we're going to have a potential new tornado warning that's going to be issued here. So those are the things that we're watching. But I'm really keeping an eye on this right here to the west of Cedartown. All right, this part right here coming out of Alabama. We have some of that looks kind of interesting right here as well in northern Cleburne. But this is the main part of broad rotation. It's not real tight and condensed and compact there, which would mean it's not really a tight circulation, but just kind of broad circulation. Weather Service is going to keep an eye on that west of Cedartown to see if that tightens up anymore here with the next few scans that come in, and that'll determine whether or not they're going to issue a warning. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, there is what we call a significant weather advisory for northern Haralson County and also Polk County for 40 to 50 mile an hour winds with the rain coming in. Pea-size hail is possible, as well as what they're saying is an increased risk for a tornado to occur. So that would just kind of put me on guard there as those storms are getting a little bit closer. Okay, there's that new scan that we see right there. Again, this is broad rotation, not really tight. That is now just to the west of Cedartown. I'm looking here, and so they have just canceled the tornado warning for Cleburne County Calhoun County, and Cherokee County, Alabama. All right, so that tornado warning was just canceled as that rotation. Let me see what they're saying here specifically about that. Rotation has weakened below severe limits and has really exited that warning area. So now, it's that rotation that we had there is now out of Cleburne, out of Calhoun County in Alabama, and out of Cherokee County, Alabama. It has moved into Polk, but we don't have a new warning. So that warning that was supposed to be in effect until 1:45 for northern Cleburne is now canceled. And now we're watching the broad rotation as it is in areas just to the east of, or in West Georgia, in areas of western Haralson County, but it is broad rotation, and we do not have a new warning with that right now, but we're going to keep an eye on that just for the next little while. What has been happening with this storm and the history of this storm is that it has been producing rotation. It would calm down a little bit, and then it ramps back up to more rotation. And we might be in that area. You see that lightning behind me here and on the side of your screen? That's out of our tower cam in Floyd County of the lightning in association with these storms that are moving through those areas on the west side. I'm going to hang with you just a few minutes longer just because I know that this tornado watch is about to come in. So we could, because that tornado warning has been canceled, take you back to programming, but I'm going to hold with you just for a few minutes longer because I want to be able to show you those counties that are going to be in the new tornado watch that is about to be issued from the National Weather Service. I'm expecting that at any moment now. It is a brand new watch, and while we're doing that, I want to show you this rotation near Cedartown that's very broad. It is not considered tight rotation, not a tornado warning right now, but there is some broad rotation there near Cedartown and just the west. Normally we would look for a really tight rotation. This is kind of broad there, something we're going to be watching as that moves over to the east here at about 45 miles an hour. So let's get another look at the lightning count with this really quick because we're getting a good bit of lightning on this storm. I'm going to do just that part, just extending over into Alabama. So if you're over in West Georgia right now, you are most likely experiencing, hearing a lot of thunder, seeing a lot of the flashes of lightning there. We've got about 37 lightning strikes in Floyd, Polk, also northern Cleburne, and that extends back into Alabama. And as I mentioned, there's a lot more back along Interstate 59, extending over into Birmingham again, where they are cleaning up north of Birmingham in Fultondale, Alabama, from the storms that moved through there just a little while ago, causing some extensive damage in some of those spots there where they had a tornado warning. This is still that same supercell storm that is moving through. All right, so I'm getting some of these counties in here right now. And you can see that scrolling at the bottom of your screen, the new tornado watch. Let me see if this is showing up on this map here yet. These will be fed in here in just a little bit. So it's not there yet. It'll be there in just a minute here. But I'm going to read off to you the counties that are in this new tornado watch. All right. So again, a watch means conditions are likely for a potential tornado to develop, but we don't have any warnings with that right now. All right. So this is for, let me read these to you here. Cleburne County, Alabama, Randolph County, Alabama, Bartow County, Georgia, Carroll, Cherokee County, Georgia, Cobb, Douglas, Floyd, Haralson, Paulding, and Polk County is the brand new tornado watch that is going to be in effect until 7 or 8 in the morning. I need to get the confirmation there. I just want to make sure that we have the right time zone of what we're talking about here. Here, I'll click it up right here. It's not showing up, of course. So that is going to be in effect until 7 a.m. All right? Actually, 8 a.m. for us, 7 a.m. for Cleburne and Randolph. For Bartow, Carroll, Cherokee, Cobb, Douglas, Floyd, Haralson, Paulding, and Polk County. All right? So those are that's the latest that we have. Bartow, Carroll, Cherokee, Cobb, Douglas, Floyd, Haralson, Paulding, and Polk until, well, now it's saying 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right? So let me show you this on the map, and then I'm going to take you back to your regular programming. I'm so sorry to interrupt your programming. It's just we need to get this information out for people when we have these storms during the overnight hours. So ignore that expiration time at the top of your screen. These are the counties right here that we are watching in that tornado watch until 7 o'clock excuse me, in the morning. I'm going to get a little tighter so you can see these here. This is the new watch. Floyd, Polk, Haralson, Carroll, Douglas. We also have Cobb County, also into areas of Cherokee County, Bartow County, and Paulding County. This is the new tornado watch that's in effect until 7 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. For areas of West Georgia. I wouldn't be surprised if they allowed that to expire early. It's just all depending on what happens with these storms as we roll through. All right, I'm going to take you back to regularly scheduled programming. If you guys are listening in the hub and at Master Control and in the control room there, but be on standby. I want you folks to be on standby, not only here in the building, but also at home. If you live in those areas, the history of this storm has been rotation would develop, it relaxes a little bit, and then it tightens up again. So I'm going to be here. Chesley's going to be here in just a few minutes. We're watching this. If that circulation tightens up again and they issue any warnings, we will break into programming for you once again. So I'm going to go ahead and take you back to your regularly scheduled programming, but we're on standby and we'll break in if needed.
If you haven't yet, check us out. See why we're where Atlanta Speaks.